Yo, how you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Roto Beast, and I'm here to present you my NBA picks for Friday, February 23rd. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NBA, MLB, and NFL videos. And if you want to play the actual lineups that we're playing every single night, visit our website at www.rotobeast.net. So, we actually got a monster slate on this Friday. 11 games. There are some spots that I'm really liking, so I'm going to go through my top 5 picks. Top 5 games that I'm really going to be targeting. Then we'll go through our top 5 plays at each position, round it out with our court plays tomorrow, and call it a day. You guys know how it goes in this video. I'll run the contest back. It was going very well before the All-Star break. So, all I need, I'm looking for 200 likes on this video. Please help me out. I really appreciate it. All you got to do is like this video, subscribe, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel, comment your name below. As long as I get those 200 likes by, we'll say 30 minutes before lock, 3:30 Pacific time, I'll go ahead and I'll give out a free Fanduel and DraftKings lineup, the actual lineups that I'm playing tomorrow to one lucky winner. So it's easy. All you gotta do is like the video, comment your name below, and boom, you're entered in. So yeah, let's just jump into this slate real quick. We'll start with some of the games that I'm really looking at. First, we'll start with Minnesota going into Houston to face the Rockets. This game has a 226 implied total. Houston's favored by 8.5. I think this is going to be a very back and forth game. It's going to be it's 8.5. So I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Minnesota is a solid team, but Houston is one of the better teams in the league. Then you got the Clippers on a back-to-back going into Phoenix to face the Suns. This game has a 224.5 implied total, and the Clippers are favored by 4.5. Then you got Dallas going into LA to face the Lakers. This game has a 224 implied total, and the Lakers are actually favored by 3.5. Then you got Milwaukee going into Toronto. This game has a 215 implied total, and Toronto is favored by 7.5. And lastly, we got Miami going into New Orleans to face the Pelicans. This game has a 214.5 implied total, and New Orleans is favored by 2.5. So that's kind of some of the games that I'm really liking that I'm going to be targeting. I will look at other plays, from other games, but these are kind of the games I'm really going to be focusing on. So we'll jump into the picks. We'll start at point guard. There's a lot of good point guards on this slate that I'm really liking. First, Lillard, he's in a tough matchup, but I am liking Chris Paul. His price is actually down, from what it was. For him to hit value, you're going to need about 44. He's averaging 43 on the season. In a game that I think is going to be somewhat close against Minnesota, I'm really liking Chris Paul. Then, I'm liking all three of these guys, Bledsoe, Irving, and Lowry. They're all the same price, so it's hard for me to say I like this one more than this one. I like them all. I'm going to have to do a little bit more digging tomorrow morning and see who really is in the absolute best spot, but I'm really liking all three of these guys as the 7,900 price tag. I think they're all very, very fair price tag. Very, very fair priced. I could definitely even see myself going with two of these 7,900 price tag point guards, kind of going a little bit more of a balanced look. They're all looking pretty good. If any of them stand out, it's probably going to be Lowry, just because he's at home. Toronto plays better at home. Lowry's been playing well. Him and DeRozan are their only two weapons, so he definitely has to really pick it up in order for them to have good games. And, he's a baller, so I do like Lowry. If I'm going to move down a little bit, I'm going to go with Dennis Smith Jr. going against the Lakers. The guy, he was playing well going into the All-Star break. The minutes are up. He's starting to play, in the 30 minutes. Very up-tempo game against the Lakers. He's in a great spot. Then I also like Dragic. Dragic was playing very well as well before the All-Star break. He was an All-Star. He's doing work this year. For him to hit value, you need about 33. He's averaging 30 on the season. I just think that he's at a very, very fair price tag in the up-tempo game against New Orleans, going against Rondo, who doesn't play any defense. Then you got James Harden. Anytime he's on the slate, you definitely got to consider him. For him to hit value, you're going to need about 57. He's averaging 54 on the season. I definitely think that James Harden's in play. And I think he's going to have a monster game tomorrow. Oladipo, great matchup. Problem is he's pretty expensive. Same thing with Bill. He's priced up. The next guy I'm really going to look at, DeRozan, his price is down. Very fair price tag. For him to hit value, you're going to need about 39 or 40, somewhere right there. He's averaging 38 on the season. And DeRozan is DeRozan. You know what you're going to get from him. He's going to score you 20 points pretty much every game. It's just going to depend on if he decides to get rebounds, assists, and plays defense that game to really get you a monster game. But I'm liking him. The price is down. I think it's very fair. You got Booker going against the Clippers. The Clippers are going to be on a back-to-back. I think this is the game that the Phoenix Suns could actually stay in. It's only a 4.5 total from Vegas. Booker, their best player. He was out for 4 games. Came back, played 36 minutes, dropped 28 points for 37 fantasy points. For him to hit value at a 7.7 price tag, you need about 37. He's averaging 37 on the season. So I'm really liking Booker. Then we got Lou Will on the other side of the ball. Up-tempo game. He had a solid game tonight. I played him. He was pretty chalk, about 50% owned. Going against the Warriors, he put up 40 fantasy points. So he had a monster game. I definitely think he can do it again. The Clippers just lost tonight to the Warriors, so they're gonna want to definitely get that win tomorrow against Phoenix. Last guy I'm really gonna mention. Well, I'm gonna talk about a couple guys real quick. Batum, he's just too cheap. He's playing massive minutes. He's a guy that fills up the stat sheet. This is a solid matchup going against the Wizards in an up-tempo game. So I definitely think, you need 30 for him to hit value. He's averaging 26, and he was doing very well going into All-Star break. So I think he's a really good cash game play. Then you can even look at Wiggins. He's cheap, up-tempo game, going to get guarded by, James Harden. He's a very fair price tag. I like Wiggins. And then I like, Gary Harris. I would say Batum 1, Gary Harris 2, and Wiggins 3. But Gary Harris, though, I know it's against San Antonio, but San Antonio, they're not the best against shooting guard. And, for his price tag just keeps going down. He needs 30 to hit value. He's averaging 30 on the season. He's a guy who plays 37, 38 minutes. So I'm liking Gary Harris as well. Small forward, we got LeBron. I'm not against Memphis, a slower matchup. I'm not really going to look at LeBron. You got Antetokounmpo. Toronto is tough at home, so if Milwaukee's gonna have a chance, he's gonna have to go off. For him to hit value, you need about 54. He's averaging 52 on the season. So yeah, definitely Antetokounmpo is a solid play. You got Jimmy Butler going against Houston. Up-tempo game. He's been playing very well. It's funny. He was selected to the All-Star game. He sat on the bench the whole game, didn't play. They asked him later, why didn't you play in the All-Star game? He said, because I needed some extra rest. Man, come on, Butler. You sounding soft. But you know what, hey? So he hasn't played in a week. He's rested up. Up-tempo game against the Rockets. I'm liking Butler. Barnes going against the Lakers, very, very up-tempo game for the Mavericks. He's a guy, he's just consistent. For him to hit value, you need about 34. He's averaging 30 on the season. Lakers, one of the fastest-paced teams in the league. Then I like Warren. He's their second leading scorer. The price is down. You need 30 for him to hit value. He's averaging 30 on the season. I really like attacking the Clippers with small forwards. They're pretty weak against defending that position. So I'm liking Warren. Like I said, the price tag's down. It's very fair. I like some Gallinari. He's playing well. Tonight against the Warriors, he kind of had a off game. I think he got like 21 fantasy points. So he's playing the minutes, and it was a tough matchup against the Warriors. I think he's definitely going to bounce back against the Suns. The Suns and Phoenix tomorrow. 31 for him to value, averaging 27. So I think he's a solid play as well. Last guy I'm gonna quickly talk about a small forward is going to be Trevor Ariza. The price tag is just way down. I know he's been out, but they're saying he's not even on the injury report. He had the All-Star break. He rested. He's feeling fine. He's probably going to come right back and do what he was doing before, playing 35 minutes a game. He's averaging 24 fantasy points. You need 24 pretty much for him to hit value at his price tag. It's pretty cheap. So, yeah, no, I like Ariza on the cheaper end. Griffin going against Boston is not the best matchup, but I mean he's pretty much their best scorer on the team right now. The ball runs to him a lot. He's getting a lot of usage. He's getting those assists are really, he's getting 6 and 7 in numerous games. Scoring buckets. Price tag is very fair. You need 42 for him to hit value. Averaging 41 on the season. So I'm liking Griffin. Then we got Harris. I played him tonight. He actually had a pretty good game against the Warriors. He got 37 fantasy points. Up tempo game. Tomorrow is going to be even more up tempo game against the Suns. 35 for him to hit value. I think he's a really good play. And I told you guys about Curry. I had him in my core the other day. He absolutely went nuts today. He got a 68 fantasy points. The core that I had did very well. Definitely I hope that you watched that video and you listened because, hey, you should have had a good night tonight. So, yeah, let's get back to this power forward real quick. So, we talked about Tobias. Next, I'm going to go down to Thaddeus Young. He was playing very well before the All-Star game. 31 in 3 straight games. He's going to play the minutes. It's a solid matchup against Atlanta. It's probably going to be a very up-tempo game going back and forth. I'm really liking Young in this spot. Then you got Favors going against Portland. He was playing well as well. He's rested up. He had 36 or more fantasy points in 3 straight. You need 30 for him to hit value. Very fair price tag. Lastly, I'm going to talk about, where is he at? Our cash game BFF. Taj Gibson, big guy. He's going to play 37, 36, 37 minutes. If the game's, going to be even somewhat close and against the Rockets, I expect it to be. If he's going to be going against Ryan Anderson, I definitely think he gets the better of that matchup. He's a pretty, big guy that's, in pretty good shape. So, a fair price tag. You need 27 for him to hit value, averaging 27 on the season. So I'm really liking Taj Gibson. Center, Anthony Davis, not the best matchup against Whiteside, but without Boogie Cousins, the guy's been monstering. Before the All-Star game, he had an 81-point game. In 2 games before that, a 91-point game. So the guy's just playing very well. So you definitely got to consider him on the slate. Towns going against Houston. This is his kind of game, up-tempo game. Capella is a tough defender, but I think Towns could definitely still get his. Drummond, same price tag. Going against the Celtics, tough defensive matchup. Horford's a pretty good defender. But it's a solid price tag. I think I would definitely go Towns though. Cash wise, Drummond a little bit more GPP. Jokic, same price as them. Going against San Antonio. I actually think the sites they did this on purpose because even with the point guards, we had 3 really good point guards at 7,900. Right now, we got 3 really good centers at 9,700. Hey, we see what you guys are doing. Don't try to fool us. But yeah, I'm liking Towns. Of any of these, to be honest with you, I really like him in that matchup. Gobert going against Utah, very consistent. For him to hit value, you need about 38. He's averaging 34 on the season. He's a guy. He just gets you that. He gets you that double-double almost any night. Plays defense, gets you those blocks, occasional steals. Last guy I'm going to talk about, Horford. They're going to need him to be on the floor against Drummond. We've seen Drummond give big, days to centers as well. Like I said, I like him. The price is down. For him to hit value, you need 35. He's averaging 33 on the season. He plays, mid 30 minutes. So I definitely think Horford's a really solid play. So yeah, hey, that's where I'm at. With my picks, before I jump into my core plays, please make sure that you're subscribed. Please make sure that you like this. Comment your name below. This way you can get in the contest. And let's jump into this core real quick. So we'll start at point guard. There's a lot of really good plays on this slate, to be honest with you. And I'm really liking all 3 of these guys. I think I'm going to mix them in. But one guy that I'm really liking Dennis Smith against the Lakers. I think it's a really solid matchup. He's playing very well right now. So man, I'm liking him in my core. And then like I said, man, I'll mix him either with Dragic. If I want to save the money, he's in a good matchup. Or I'll mix him with one of these probably 700-900 guys. To go with Harden. I think he's a really good play, safe play. Small forward, we're gonna have to go with. Who is I really liking? Oh, I know who I like. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go. I like Butler on the other side of the ball. I'm really liking that game. Power forward, we're gonna have to go with my boy, Taj Gibson. And then center. See, man, the only thing is I really wanted to get Towns in here. I'm gonna have to switch this up. No, I like Harden. I'm gonna have to keep Harden in there. So I'm gonna go with Horford. So I have about 5,000. So I'm gonna have to. Hopefully, some value comes in. If not, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I had to choose between Harden and Butler, I mean, I would probably go with Butler, and I would probably downgrade Harden to somebody like probably Lou Williams or Booker. I like both of them. So I mean, this gives you a little bit more of a balanced kind of lineup. Yeah, but no, either way, I like it. Something like this is cool. Get Harden in there. If we got some value, all we really need is one, value play, 3,500 guy that we can fit in one of these spots, and then this would be fine. We would have almost 6,000 to fill it out. We can go up from Horford a little bit if we want, if we find some value. If there's anything that I think you guys really got to know, I'll definitely put it in the comments tomorrow. Make sure and check that. Make sure and check back 3:30 Pacific time. If I called your name for winning my lineups for tomorrow, as long as we got those 200 likes, I'm going to do that raffle. And hey, let's get it in. I'll talk to you later.